Hey guys, my name's Frank, and this is my workshop. Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I've got a small project today. Let me ask you a question. How many times do you, when you want to use a power tool, you have to find an extension cord, find an outlet, plug it in, run the cord, use the tool. Next time you need another tool someplace else, you got to go retrieve that cord or find another cord. Anyway, I'm constantly chasing extension cords around the shop. I mean, I have electrical outlets everywhere around the entire perimeter of this shop and in the ceiling. But I'm always looking for an extension cord to run a power tool. So I finally decided to do something about that. In a previous video, I installed this cord reel on the ceiling for, well, it's not a cord reel, it's a hose reel on the ceiling for my air system. So, never had a hose reel before. Found it pretty darn convenient. So that got me thinking, constantly chasing for electrical cords. Why don't I put cord reel up? So that's what I'm going to do. I've got two cord reels that were on sale at Northern Tool. Again, one of my favorite places because I get free shipping and discounts. Anyway, two cord reels. These are 15 amp 12.3 cords, so built-in speed control, wall or ceiling mountable, cord locks in place, desired length. These are 65 feet long, 12.3, like I said. So this looks like an ideal. I mean, this is not the most expensive one they sell, but it's not the cheapest one either. So I've got two of them. I'm going to mount both of them on the ceiling at either end of the shop. I usually need a cord over here when I'm working on a tractor or something else pulled into this bay. I need a power cord here, and then I'm always looking for a power cord at the other end of the shop, for a power tool at the workbench or that sort of thing, a sander. Anyway, so I'm going to mount these two on the ceiling. I've got electrical outlets in the ceiling, fortunately. I've got a duplex outlet right here, and next to the other outlets are the 240 volt outlets, but I've got the 20 amp circuit run there, and I've got another 20 amp circuit run up here, and that's actually a duplex box with 4 plugs. So those are prime locations for the cord. The only problem with this outlet here is that it's pretty much right over a tool cluster. Got my planer and surface sander and mill and disc belt sander here, so that would be right over it. But I do have a couple more electrical outlets. I've got a circuit for the door openers, and that's another 20 amp circuit. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use maybe use that. I do have another plug right here. This is probably the most convenient spot for the plug. It's just, where do I put the cord reel without interfering with the doors? So I need to deal with the fact that there's 3 doors here. So I think what I'm going to do is move it about 5 feet away from that duplex plug on this ceiling, so it will be basically over an open area that I can reach. And I think these reels have a 5-foot cord, so I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to get a couple of pieces of plywood to make a support plate that will span the ceiling joists, and then we'll go from there. All right, there's one other type of cord reel. Well, there's 2 other types that are similar to this on Northern Tool. One of them, the less expensive one, has a overload. Well, this one does too. This is one of the things that concerned me, is this overload switch here. I mean, I guess it's a circuit breaker. If this thing's mounted on the ceiling, how easy is that going to be to reset? It says 15 amps. I can see, you know, not too hard. I mean, this is a 12 gauge cord, so it's good for 20 amps. My circuit's 20 amps. I can see tripping the breaker on this and having to reset this up on the ceiling. Not too jazzed about that. Having to reach that and reset it. I guess I can reach up with a stick and push that button in. I'm almost about to take it apart and disable that. You know, the description in the catalog online said nothing about a reset on these, and there's nothing on the box that says it has a reset, an overload protection circuit breaker on it. I would rather trip the circuit breaker in the panel at 20 amps than, since it's capable of carrying 20 amps 12 gauge cord, than to trip a 15 amp breaker on the box. Well, it is what it is. I'm a little disappointed that it came with that, since I avoided the less expensive one, which stated it had a circuit breaker on it. Well, I'm going to put it up. We'll see if I trip this breaker, it's coming down and the breaker's going to be disabled, because I don't need that. All right. I'm going to leave it alone for the time being. We'll put it up as is and deal with it if we have to. jazzed about the height of this. I would rather it be higher. That's adjustable. There's a screwdriver here. That's good. I like that it has an little LED. Tells you got power. I like it. All right, let's go do the other one. right, so let me share with you what I used on this project. So I used this Zircon stud finder, and I like this. I've used this, been using this for probably, I don't know, 10 years. I used to have an old Craftsman one that I originally started out with probably 35 years ago. This one works great. I have had, it's been quite reliable, and I like the fact that it has an arrow in the display. When you hit a stud, it draws an arrow, and it's pretty accurate. So I've been happy with this. This is a Stud Sensor E50. I don't know if they still make them or not. I got no affiliation. It's got the on-off button right here in the grip, so when you're holding it, you can squeeze it and turn it on. It says ready. So it's a nice stud finder, so I like it. Of course, I'm using my DeWalt driver. I put up 3/4 inch plywood, AC plywood, just regular fir plywood, as to span the studs. I'm using 3-inch number 10 deck screws. These are stainless steel, and they have the star drive, which is the bit that's in here is the star drive. And then the last thing I used were some little lag screws to actually mount the cord reel to the ceiling. And I used washers. I don't have a washer here, but I used washers so that the keyholes in the bracket can't slide off the screw heads. So I actually put washers on here. So anyway, that's what I use. These are probably 1.5 inch by 1/4 inch lags. So they went through the plywood all the way. All right. Just to share with you, the hardware that I use in case you want to duplicate this. I have eye joists in the ceiling on 16-inch centers. Plus, there's a series of places where there are additional micro-lams in the ceiling as structural reinforcement. And I don't remember. I have the plans. I could figure out where they are. But there's places in the ceiling where the stud looks like it's 6 inches wide. It's because there's double or triple micro-lams there as well. And part of that is because the original plans had an apartment upstairs. I don't have it. It's unfinished upstairs right now, and it's just storage. But got plenty of places in the ceiling to screw stuff to. Okay. All right, so that was just a quick little shop improvement. I'm going to enjoy having these cords on the ceiling. Go along with my air hose here on the ceiling. It should eliminate my always hunting for an extension cord. All right, so that's the end of this little quick shop improvement. Be sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up, share the video. It would help the channel a lot. And I'll see you guys next time.